What's going on, people? Let me turn this off. Part of my weekly routine is on Thursday mornings. I like to watch the In-Grooves a video for new releases for the week. It is Thursday the 30th, last day of November. Cheers. He showed the Kate Bushes that are coming out. I pre-ordered the Ariel because that one's hard to get, and it came in. I'll be picking my copy up today. How you folks doing? So again, this is just right off the top of my head. So what's on my thoughts this morning to share is, interestingly, I had a couple folks who felt the need to tell me that they think that I'm talking conspiracy theory stuff when I mentioned Jimi Hendrix. Well, that's just really strange, and I just think that that's a strange response. Like what I know. Like, you know anything? I'm going to be like this. I'm not going to censor myself, because the thing that I really understand is that we're all dealing with the world through our perception. No one knows definitively any damn thing. So to come over here and accuse me of being talking conspiracies, that's bullshit. You watch too much TV. Who told you it's a conspiracy? And what do you don't know anything about what I know, do you? All you know is what I said. So, see, those kind of people, we have too many dumbasses or people who don't talking shit, okay? Yeah, that shit annoys me. We're in a topsy-turvy world where the dumb shits and the really, really fucked up are in really strong positions of influence, and they're just fucking everything up. So I ain't gonna be quiet, And I don't have to prove anything to you people who want to give me shit. Just fuck off. I'm saying this on my behalf and for a lot of other people. There's a lot of folks who are just really need to shut up and listen and learn something. Okay. So tomorrow is Bandcamp Friday. And so the main thing I want to do is ask for your support. And here's my box of stuff. Here's my box of stuff. The two releases I have the most copies of that I want to sell are these: Interlude and Woven Territories. Both just came out this year. I'm very proud of these. Get them as Christmas gifts. I have about 5 or 6 copies left of Dereck number 2, released in 2004. Christmas gifts, okay? Do I have any more of Life After X? Yes, I've got 2 more of Life After X. It's a soundtrack that I did. And I've got 3 of these, the Flyover Country soundtrack. This is not on my Bandcamp, since I did not release this. So if you're interested, you have to just send me a message, either here or through my email, to get a copy. So good. And nothing down here to show you. I'll do a poll. Supposed to meet with Hank today. Yeah. So I will avoid current events for now, And I'll do a poll because I'm just completely like a blank sheet of paper regarding music. Yesterday I didn't pull anything new and or really anything. Someone asked me what I'm reading. I'm not reading anything heavy. I'm kind of browsing, reading this book on Italian progressive rock that was put out by the Freeman brothers recently. I like nonfiction though. I used to like science fiction, but I don't care for fiction anymore. Kind of like movies. Most movies, I'm not interested in the plot twists or the psychological crap. I'm not interested. I got uninterested through learning way too much compared to the average person about human behavior and psychology through my jobs in the mental health industry. People are very predictable actually once you learn certain things. And do people surprise me sometimes? Do I learn things that I never knew before? Of course. But in general, people's behavior is very, very, very predictable. Very. Okay, so, I'll sometimes be thinking, well, maybe I could show this, maybe I could show that, Maybe I ought to try to show everything that I own, like that one guy is trying to say he's going to show all of his records. What here? What here have I not touched upon? Well, a lot, Let me see if I can end up showing you something that likely has not been shown before. And it's like, even though the stuff is right here, that doesn't mean I have shown it. So what about this area right here? Let's go right here. What do we got here? What is that? Well, the first thing that we get is an old album, Communicate by the Hobbits. And this is not psychedelia, this is pop. Arranged by Jerry Vance. You folks that speak up and add information, that's good, Like the guy, someone mentioned that singer, and I get him mixed up with the Archie singer, because that's a different guy, but both of them were ubiquitous on the radio back in the day. Tony Burrows is the name that you mentioned, thank you. This may have been on the radio in parts of the country. I don't think here in the Midwest, but I remember the cover in the stores, and then not that long ago I was able to get this used. It's good. It's pop music. It's not psychedelic. Here is one that needs to be listened to again to really tell you how this sounds. I picked Soul Note and Black Saint are a jazz label that for some reason a lot of them ended up here in Omaha and they all didn't sell, so I find them used, and then when I find them used I buy them. And this is one I didn't know these musicians. Jeff Hittman, Yoshitaka Uematsu, featuring these other folks who I don't know. Mosaic. I can't tell you what this sounds like, I don't remember. I do know that, like I said, the Soul Note label is a quality label. And so I grabbed it. Have to listen to that. Band that I first heard about on the 4AD label. Interesting label. It's a band. It's one person with a cast of characters. His name is alive. And this is really cool. Teku Kiztikato. It's got a funny title. Okay. In a vintage style tip-on jacket. This is real good. I'm not sure how to describe this. I got to see them and meet Warren DeFavor. He is the mastering engineer for Third Man Records, I guess for several years now. So he is mastering the upcoming David Nance album that I'm on. This is good. I can't describe it because I haven't listened to it in a while. I just know that this is good. I remember this being really good. Here's a solo album by Jon Hiseman, drummer from Colosseum, played with Jack Bruce and a lot of other great people over in England. Night in the Sun on the Cook label. And again, I have to go from memory. This was... Oh, I'm looking at this. Oh my goodness, I have to listen to this again. I can't describe this. I was about to say something and it's like, wait, I gotta listen again. I just saw, haven't listened to this since I bought it probably. Sergio Diaz of Os Mutantes is on guitar on here, who I've met. Sergio Diaz, great guy. Also, Marcio Monterroyos is on trumpet, along with him. I need to listen to this. Looks like he has several Brazilian musicians on here. So, once again, digging in my own crates. What's next? Here's one that makes me think of John Coltrane 68. Are you still around, John Coltrane 68? Chris, are you okay? I think he sent this to me. And I remember this guy from hearing him on Hearts of Space on Sunday nights on the radio. Joji Hirota. I remember that, hearing that name. The Wheel of Fortune. Once again, really could have done better on a choice for the cover. I guess that's all right, you know. It's just me. And this is somewhere between jazz and something else. I hate that term new age. I'm glad I did this. This is like, you know, I have my Hosono, which I play a lot. Then there's my section, and there's Hendrix. But right here, it's like, yeah, I haven't really pulled from that too much lately. So these records are kind of like, here, these were sent to me. And I appreciate them because this is good stuff. Chris Hines, flautist. He's put out some cool jazz records, but he's put out a bunch of records like Thijs van Lera Pocus, where he's doing the classics and other stuff, money makers for him and the label. But it's high quality stuff. So this is him doing Vivaldi. Here we have him doing Bach. And this is good stuff. I forget who sent this to me. This one, this is real good. I was surprised when Burt Bacharach died. I pulled this, you know, to remind myself. This is really good. Heinz Plays Bacharach. This I would recommend, actually. This is not jive or whatever. This is really good. Telemann, My Way. Telemann, My Way. This is good stuff. And then this is the one jazz rock album of originals of his that I have. Are these originals? Yeah. Sister Slick. This is badass. Highly recommended. Highly recommended. He's got names on here. Philip Catherine, John Lee, Jerry Brown. You know what I'm saying? Robert Jan Stips of Super Sister is on here. Good stuff. Here's one that I picked up for $1. It's right there on it. This is one of those records that I would see that, you know, some certain types of records, they put out too much, just assuming the market here was right for it. And this is one. Terumasa Hino. Trumpet player, jazz background. He's got Steve Gadd on here and several other good players. Dave Liebman. But it's that kind of coffee table sort of stuff, but it's still good. Okay, do you know what I mean when I say coffee table? Light, comparatively light. It's made so it's easy to digest. And here, the last two things that I pulled. Musician and producer who died not too many years ago, Rupert Hine, had a band called Quantum Jump. He's done some notable production work. Interesting voice, very recognizable voice. Quantum Jump, I think, had a minor hit in England about Tonto. But this is good stuff. The Wildest Wish to Fly. And his solo records are seemingly kind of conceptual. And they're very interesting. He's a good writer and producer. He does a lot of things on these records. He puts a lot of work into these. He works with good musicians as well. The writing is so small in here. And then this one, I highly recommend it. This one is really good. Immunity. Coulda, shoulda, woulda been a breakthrough here in America. This is real good. It's not quite prog. It's close to prog. Immunity. Can I see the names on here any better than the other one? Because he plays with good players, you know. Marianne Faithfull is on here. I see. Okay, I can spot that. So there's some records for you. Before I forget, this is not an album. This is a reproduction of the painting that adorns my CD, The World is Burning, put out by Randy Lemaster's label, Randy's Alternative Music. This is available through my Bandcamp, but the orders go directly to Pittsburgh. He fills the orders. I don't have any of these. He does. And there's less than 100 of these left. And this is old stuff of mine that he personally picked, that he loves. The World is Burning. So grab this. And Bandcamp Friday really makes a difference. Yesterday I got one digital order in yesterday for RAF. And, well, I was going to try to show you, but it's just right here. During the month, most digital sales, it seems like, go to Bandcamp. So, for example, yesterday, the person who bought the RAF digitally, I'm glad you did, but the band gets 0. Our share is 0. Okay? So Bandcamp Friday is significant for all artists that are on there, not just me. Don't, you know. Jerry King, who I've worked with long distance, he's a big booster of Bandcamp Friday, and he has a lot of stuff out himself. Cloud Over Jupiter is his band. But I love how he is very supportive of other artists and always buys other people's stuff and encourages it. So shouting Jerry King out. Okay. That's what's on my mind. Other things pop up in the nighttime that I want to say, but then they're gone by the morning. Okay, please, Bandcamp Friday.